Nice. Oh, crap. Yeah, 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 all that. Yeah, good. Yeah. Okay, okay. Close Discord. I don't really need this open either. Volume on. Hello. This is the intro episode to a series that I want to do of some, for an extended period of time, however long it takes, of, beating this game with only base weapons and without leveling up my character. This is meant to be a more relaxed thing. And yeah, it's not meant to be um, too intense. So let's start with making my character. Um, while I do that, I can talk about why I want to do this. So I love Elden Ring. Um, it's easily one of my favorite games of all time. And I have put a lot of time into playing it. Um, the way that it's written is super impressive. And that's one of my favorite parts about the game is the lore side of it. I'm kind of inspired by some channels like uh, Jack is a Mimic. If you guys haven't seen videos from Jack is a Mimic, then I would encourage you to do so. His understanding of the game is really cool. I also like watching challenge runs by, how is it pronounced? Gino Machino. His Elden Ring challenge runs are um, super entertaining to watch. It's not going to be a face cam. I don't really have any interest in doing a face cam for this series because, like I said, I just want it to be about the game. I want the whole game to be visible the whole time. These episodes are probably going to be pretty long, and when they're uploaded, then I'll probably go through and maybe trim out some things. We'll see. But is it because vampires don't show up on camera? Dude. Yes. I'll still be interacting with chat. So for example, if you're watching this after the fact, when this is uploaded to YouTube as a video afterwards, and you're like, who is he talking to? It's gonna be the chat of these streams while they're happening live. Because I'll be honest, it's like just a lot easier to do this live than like a pre-recorded video. And I'm trying to sort of make a specific character here, but it's kind of hard. And throw it on in the background, or yeah, exactly. Throw it on in the background, or even just, if you're here watching the live and you get busy, then tune into the video later. That's all good. I'm trying to get the sort of like the aura, He needs to be a bit more pale, I think. And he needs to be ripped. But he doesn't have like the bodybuilder hugeness. He's just very well defined. So maybe his arms shouldn't be that big. It should be like that. And it looks like he has a dent in his forehead. I want to make his skin shine more. Just totally glistening. And I don't know what color of eyes Saitama has. I think he has basically just black eyes. I can't tell. What do you think about this? Does this look like Saitama? His eyes almost like he looks too old. Here we go. He laughed and said no. Dude. Is this Saitama? Is that Saitama? His nose is getting messed up really quick. The heck is up with that? He says it's fine, but well, I want it to be pretty good. I'm sure there's a guide out there. I don't want that nose, man. I mean, yeah. Fair enough. I just wish I could bring down the age in those eyes. He says the nose is just a sharp triangle. Well, I mean, I could go for that, but that's not really gonna work. I don't want to give him a rat nose. I think that's pretty good. You know, that's pretty Saitama. Although, look at that forehead. He's got a dent. This is sort of why I like the format of doing it as a stream, because Santi says thinner eyebrows. Okay, if I this looks kind of alien, man. I don't know. Make him a bit smaller, I guess. Um, but I want to do a stream because I want it to be like you know, I mean, you get to have the watch time is like a twofold thing. Um, but then also, it's pretty good. That's pretty good. Eyebrows, thinner eyebrows. I don't think there are thinner eyebrows. You can do thicker eyebrows. I kind of picked the thinnest ones. And his eyebrows won't shimmer. That's not bad. It's not a bad Saitama. Saitama in sackcloth. The stream is nice because it provides a bit of a what's his not the serious series. Normal series. Q-tip level. Oh, okay. Level 1 punch. I'm not sure how much punching I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be using weapons, but you know, no, we're going to give him a name. Saitama? No, that's ripping off too hard. What should we name our guy? Our level 1 destroyer? Serious. Saitama. Saitama. That's perfect. Thank you. That's perfect. And I spent a good amount of time sorting out the audio. So let me know if my microphone, for example, is good talking, but I also want you to be able to hear the game. I'm kind of worried that this is a bit quiet, so I'm going to be quiet here.
The great Elden Ring was shattered. In our home, across the fog, the lands between. Now, Queen Marika the Eternal is nowhere to be found. And in the night of the Black Knives, Godwyn the Golden was first to perish. Soon, Marika's offspring, demigods all, claimed the shards of the Elden Ring. The mad taint of their newfound strength triggered the shattering. A war from which no lord arose. A war leading to abandonment by the greater will. Oh, rise now, ye tarnished, ye dead who yet live. The call of long-lost grace speaks to us all. Horalu, chieftain of the Badlands, the ever-brilliant Gold Mask, Fear, the deathbed companion,
The loathsome dung eater!
and Sir Gideon Ofnir, the all-knowing.
Doesn't that just give you chills? Will Saitama succeed on his mission of taking the Elden Ring to Mordor?
Would again a tarnished of no renown. Cross the fog to the
Let's see his
lands
face.
between.
Crap.
To stand before the Elden Ring.
To throw into the fire
And become
the Elden
the
Ring.
Elden Lord.
I'm rocking this beautified looking golem named Saitama. This is a hero right here. Look at him! Wait, somebody else did this immediately. Ah, yes. The wisdom of the Elden Ring community. Alright, let's do this. So, is there a cape item? Yeah, there's armor sets that have capes. This is not an ad. This is not an ad, but I am using a program called lossless scaling, and basically it just helps with, like, look, if you, oh, you actually can't see it on stream. Interesting. Just helps with frame rate, like very steady frame rates, and you know, it only introduces a bit of latency. So it says there's a monstrosity ahead. Is that talking about that America figure in the distance there? Is America a monstrosity? Or is it this thing? um that's scripted, bro. That's literally script. I'm gonna keep those in mind for when I'm doing fights in the future. That is really funny, dude. I'll let the cutscenes play because I think the lore part of the game is nice. For example, what? Is that a horse inspecting my tarnished?
Don't worry, Torrent. Fortune is on his side.
Are we soft introducing a character right
We
now?
found him here, after all.
It's BioShock.
One of his kind is sure to seek the Elden Ring,
Whoa, easy there.
even if it does violate the Golden Order.
What a shot. They really decided to go with that angle. It's too funny. All right, here we are. The adventure begins. Couple things right off the rip. Okay. I'm going to run through the tutorial really quick because I want the emote. And because Saitama is a bit of a completionist. The idea of this level 1 playthrough is to beat the game at level 1, but also to basically try and do everything. Not literally everything because of the multiple endings in the game, but, you know, stuff like that. So, that was not intentional, dude. Serious series. Single back punch. Single back punch. Okay. Serious series. Dodge roll. I'm going the wrong way. So I want to try and do as much as I can. There are certain like glitches. It's not really a glitch. It's more of an exploit that I fully intend on using. We'll see. I would totally play this game, but there's nothing I hate more in gaming than wasting my time and spending a lot of time on a boss fight only to lose and have to redo it. It's a horrible feeling. Yeah, that's a totally valid point. The only thing I can offer, serious series, back, club hit. Soldier of God, Rick. That's the first boss down. I like that you can go get stuck on a boss for a completely absurd amount of time and then eventually prevail. I think that's the main draw of these games. So, for example, playing the game at level 1, that's more than likely gonna be the case most of the time. So oh, don't mind the horrible shadow artifacts going on there. Isn't that horrible? I was messing around with settings earlier to try and figure out what's causing that, but I couldn't quite figure it out. And for the sake of brevity,
Oh, yes. Tarnished, are we? Come to the lands between for the Elden Ring? Of course you have. No shame in it. Unfortunately for you, however, you are maidenless.
maidenless.
You are fated, it seems, to die in obscurity. Luckily for you, however, there is one shining ray of hope for even the maidenless, me, Vare.
Vare.
Take care to listen. Are you familiar with grace?
Oh yeah.
Golden light that gives life to you.
Oh, he meant in the game.
Also behold its golden rays, pointing in a particular direction. That, it will lead you tarnished, even if it leads.
Okay.
Grace's guidance will reveal to Castle Stormveil, home of the decrepit demigod
Godric the Grafted.
The
Alright. Classic FromSoft style. We have a weird character explaining game mechanics. The only way it could have been more obligatory is if he ended his dialogue with like some crap like that. Yes, I see the huge golden knight tree sentinel. No, I'm not fighting him right now. This first episode is basically I just want to get some things set up sooner rather than later.
You're tarnished. I can see it. And I can also see that you're not after my throat. Then why not purchase a little something? I am Kale, purveyor of fine goods.
This is Kale, purveyor of fine goods.
I am of a nomadic people, selling wares as I travel. The land has been tainted by madness since the shattering of the Elden Ring. It's only tarnished like yourself, who keep things from drying up entirely. Let's say you're a very welcome customer.
Okay, so let's remember a couple things.
Goodbye.
He's a merchant
Nice to do.
from a nomadic people, and he knows that since the shattering of the Elden Ring, like we saw in the intro video, there's been madness in the world. So that's like a little secret for later. But I want to be kind of deliberate in what I'm choosing to do, at least for the first, couple episodes of this. Mainly because playing the game at level 1 is basically like you are gathering most of the time. You spend a lot of time gathering. Oh, serious backstab. And he gave me a shield. But if you're, in the live chat for when these streams happen, and if you're confused about something, that's why I'm wanting it to be a bit more of a like engaged thing, because I just like the game and I like talking about the game and I like playing the game. Look at that. Serious consecutive backstabs. Is Beats Me this Friday? No. No, I will be traveling this Friday. But next Friday, Far more likely. And I need some clothes from my guy.
Greetings, traveler from beyond the fog. I am Melina. I offer you an accord.
An accordion, guys.
Have you heard of the Finger Maidens? They serve the two fingers, offering guidance and aid. But you, I am afraid, are maidenless. I can play the role of maiden,
Whoa.
turning runes into strength to aid you in your search for the Elden Ring. You need only take me with you to the foot of the Erd Tree.
You got a deal.
Summon me.
You can actually say no.
Use it. It will summon a torrent. Has treat him with.
I think some people do playthroughs that way. I'm not gonna do that because if you do that, then you don't get the spectral steed ring, which lets you do this. And obviously we're gonna use the horse a lot. And now it's like Fantasy Red Dead. I think that would be so funny if just for basically no reason to put like a speedrun clock. Like this is a speedrun rather than just a playthrough. That would be really funny. Maybe in a later episode, but that's more of a thing for the stream, whereas I'm wanting to be able to interact with the stream, but then also sort of have it stand alone as its own video.
This way, tarnished. May I
And it
have
seems
a word?
somebody wants to have a word with me.
A pleasure to meet thee, Tarnished. I am the witch Renna.
Are you?
I'd heard tell of a Tarnished hurtling about atop a spectral steed, and upon looking into the matter, the talk I surmise is of thee. Thou art possessed of the power, no? To call forth a spectral steed named Torrent.
You should start the clock next time at like an hour 30 or however long this stream takes. Yeah, I could do like a total hour count. That would be interesting.
Ah, as I had hoped. I was entrusted this for thee by Torrent's former master.
And this person has 4 arms. And 2 faces.
'Tis a bell for calling forth spirits. Summon them with it. From ash and
You should start the clock next time,
the
like an hour
spirits will
30, however
obey
this
thine
stream.
command but briefly,
I wonder.
as they recall battles past. Now it is thine.
Yeah, because you
To
could do
do
like an
as thou
application
wishest.
capture.
Forgive mine intrusion, Tarnished. I doubt we shall again meet. But all the same, learn well the lands between. How long will it be, I wonder, before the tarnished tire of obeisance to the two fingers?
Uh, okay, so now we have the spirit calling bell.
This tiny golden aura is the grace of the Earth Tree. This light once shone in the eyes of your tarnished brethren.
I don't think I've actually seen
but
this
now,
before.
it is all that guides you. Also, I hear you can see them, can't you? The rays of grace. Upon the cliff, in a demigod who inherited a fragment of the ship. If the rays of grace signal the castle, then the Elden Ring beckons you. As an ally by pact, I pray that you are fit to face the challenge
He's ripped.
presented by the ring.
Presented by the ring. This is so Mordor, dude. Okay. Now begins a bit of a journey. I have a couple stops that I want to hit because I want to advance in preparation. Level 1 runs are primarily that.
Oi! You there. Could you help us out, Cully?
Who am I talking to? Whoops. What?
You? Yeah, you there.
What?
Stop pretending you can't see me.
What are you talking about? What?
What? Oh, yes. I remember. Some clod turned me into a tree.
It is gargoyle
You were
stat is
just
maxed
breaking
out.
a spell, weren't you? Thank you. I was pushed out of the cave. Told not to come back. Not ever. Then I ended up as a tree.
It's burming.
Oh, what a shame. When, so this is all I have to express my thanks. I hope you can forgive me. Or, well, if you can, if I could sneak back into the cave and bring back something of actual value, then I'd be of some real use to you, I reckon.
Go ahead.
What?
Okay. Fun fact, if you are watching the stream and you play this game, or if you oh, okay, well, we happen to be here at night, so this guy is gonna be here, but I'm not fighting him yet. It's the wrong button. Although I will come for this guy eventually. I think a timer could be a good idea. We'll see. But yeah, if you are watching this and you know the game, for example, see this sort of like all these leaves that are falling? Sort of little golden particles of these leaves will boost your rune acquisition. While it's active. So now it's gone, and so now I'll be getting less runes. So we know that the Erd Tree, which is that thing, is runes are falling from the Erd Tree. Oh no. Dude. Uh, uh, uh. Unforeseen consequences. Maybe we'll save getting Poison Mist for a little bit from now. And we'll focus on getting to Caelid. So I think it's cool that, for example, the gold, like these golden leaves that fall, or, you know, also, for example, the gold on, like, this rune here, this golden rune. Okay, so runes are gold. And that tree is entirely gold. At least the sort of like spectral looking part of it. And golden leaves fall from the tree and boost your runes. So that tree, which I can't see anymore, is it just like entirely made up of runes?
Been grafted.
So
Everyone
it's
who
kind of
came
like
with me.
this.
They crossed the sea for me. They fought for me.
For me,
Only to
love
have their
me.
arms taken, their legs taken, even their heads taken. Taken and stuck to the spider. Did you know, if you're grafted by the spider, you become a chrysalid? It's quite a lark when you think about it. You're all on your own, heading to Stormvale Castle, enticed by the one in the white mask, I suppose. Well, that makes us two peas in a pod. But it's scary, you know, having your arms cut off, or legs, or your head. I want to be like everyone else, but I'm just too scared. I'm nothing but a craven.
I'm nothing but a craven.
Oh, I know. Can you take this little one along with you? The poor and the spirits look rather fond. It'll be glad of your company, I think.
That's another thing I just realized, where
Tell them I love. I'm finally getting the hang of this whole pay.
this character, who is currently unnamed, but we'll meet them, is already talking to our character about the spirits. This spirit, this ashen remain in which spirits yet dwell. Okay, so ashes that spirit, you know, a spirit dwells in still. Prone to tears, the jellyfish girl searches for her distant home, will bravely spew poison at foes on her summoner's behalf. It seems her name is Aurelia. So, the person that we spoke to, the girl that we spoke to sitting there, is talking to our character and saying that that spirit is looking fondly upon our character.
I'm searching for my purpose, given to me by my mother inside the Earth Tree, long ago, for the reason that I yet live, burned and bodiless. There is something for which I must apologize. I've acted the Finger Maiden. I am no maiden.
And man, this is just rapid fire stuff. The lore implications of this are crazy. This is just rapid fire stuff, dude. So we've made it here. And I have some items to grab, but you know, later in the game, you'll see why it's interesting that that character is talking about, seems to be a bit more connected to the spirits in the ashes, and the game is telling you that we're actually not going to talk to this guy yet. And the game is telling you that basically right as you meet her. So that's cool. And then talking to Melina, and she makes some pretty crazy notes, like mother in the Erdtree. Okay. So Melina's mother is in the Erdtree. Okay, well, I wonder what that means. I wonder who is in the Erdtree. That was so rough. I'll give you a spoiler.
Can you hear me? Help me. I'm stuck.
I think somebody needs help. I think this jar needs help.
Oh, my stars. I'm so happy to see you. I am Alexander, also known as the Iron Fist. And as you can see, I'm stuck here. Please, can you help me out of this? My thanks. 1,000 thanks. Just give me a good smack from the rear with something nice and big. And I'll pop clean out, I'm sure. Don't dally. There's no need to fret. I'm very well trained. Give it your all, I say.
Let's give it our all. Alright. Consecutive normal punches. We did it. We saved the jar guy. Yippee!
Well played, good sir. Well played. Though that mighty wallop of yours almost spelled the end of me. Well, I'm out now, and that's what counts. I thank you. And as a token of my appreciation,
Some exalted flesh.
once again, the pleasure is mine. I am the warrior jar.
Warrior jar, known as Alexander.
I journey to the east and beyond the
He's learning about war.
Scarlet Rock. Upon their southern edge is Redmane Castle. I'd heard whispers.
And he's going to Redmane Castle for a festival.
I'm heading to Redmane, I've heard.
Okay, so if we find ourselves there, maybe we'll talk to him again. And this is sort of the fine line that I'm wanting to dance for this playthrough is being being interested in seeing what the game, what the story is trying to tell, but then also having it be, you know, a bit of a challenge, because, you know, I think those things are interesting to watch. So hopefully people appreciate that sort of gameplay. Okay, I won't mess with that guy if he's not gonna. Okay. So there's all these dead guys that are now alive again. So something sort of blue and ghastly is reanimating these dead corpses, because this is a graveyard. So we're in a graveyard. There's dead corpses, and there's something inhabiting them to make them reanimated. Okay.
There's no mistake, is there? Death has left its mark once again.
So we're pulling up to this guy who's standing over a corpse.
I'm sorry. I cannot give you your proper rights. But at least you did not join those who live in death. Your soul will return to the Earth Tree in time. Honeyed rays of gold, deliver this spirit.
Okay. So he's talking about those who live in death.
A tarnished, are you? I'm known as D. I hunt down those who live in death and weed their death root.
Okay, so
Heed
like
my warning.
reanimating corpses.
The village here has been touched by death. And worse yet, it is home to a mariner. If you value your life, then go no further.
Okay.
The village here turn back.
Okay. So that's super interesting. This guy who seems to care about the Golden Order is sorrowful about he's relieved that, you know, that dead person didn't join those who live in death. Okay. So it's like possession type thing going on. So, and he's talking about these honeyed rays of gold and the spirit returning there. So when you kill something in the game, you get runes. Okay. When you kill something in the game, you get runes. The Erd Tree seems to collect souls via honeyed rays of gold to, you know, to return to the Erd Tree. Okay. So the Erd Tree is made up of this sort of like transparent looking, like gold, gold, whatever, gold light structure, which is kind of similar to, the color of our character collecting runes. So if the tree is made out of runes, and killing something gives you runes, and dead things have their spirits return to the Erd tree. So basically the tree is just like recycling runes. It's just like, here is some runes, and then your runes, go back. So that's cool. And I like the storytelling of that. It's this sort of like borrowed existence. I'm kind of wondering what the fine line thing between having it be a challenge run, so not wanting to waste time, but also wanting to experience the game in a very in-depth way. I don't want to be wasting people's time. But, I mean, obviously, if somebody is watching this video or the stream, for example, and that's basically, and that's what they're wanting. Like, okay, let's see if the game can be beat at level 1. Or how that looks. What does that process look like? But then also, let's see what the game has to offer at the same time. I don't know. I think that's a good, like, goal to be moving towards. Look at the size of this thing, dude. It's making my game go a little framey. This huge model. For anyone who doesn't know what this building is, this will probably be the most useful item in the entire run. Because I cannot level up. Another thing about level 1 runs is that, so first of all, there's a community of people that do like level 1 Souls games, Dark Souls and Elden Ring and Bloodborne. They'll do those games at level 1. And they're called One Bros. And wow. Okay, I'll have to go back through there. Dude. Anyways, they're called One Bros. It's kind of a play on words of Sun Bros, but it's level 1, so it's One Bros. And so the only difference between this run and the standard level 1 run is that in addition to not leveling my character, I'm not gonna be leveling any weapons. The reason why is it's not like a purist thing. I don't really like I might just not fight Moog, for example. I might just skip Moog. So we'll see. But what I do like is the really like low level PvP. And so it's really fun to have a character that you've been like you've gone to all these places, you've gotten all these items, you've killed all these bosses, but he's still level 1. So you can still like PvP with really like low level people. Whatever. I got what I needed. Which I think is a lot of fun. So there might be an episode or two. You know, we'll see. I like the PvP, so I'll probably be doing that. Okay. Radigan's Soreseal greatly raises attributes but also increases damage taken. Okay. So look on the right, you can see all the parts that go blue. It gives me +5 to my strength, dexterity, endurance, and vigor. And okay, so that's 20 levels right there that you get for throwing on an item. And it increases the damage I take, but I'm gonna be dying in like 1 hit anyways. So, you know, that's fine. Okay, and while we're in Caelid, there's another thing that I want to go get. And I'm wondering if I can go that way, if I need to loop around. If anybody knows what that weird shadow effect thing that's happening on some of the structures, like distance-wise, like what is that? If at any point anyone can tell me what that is, I'd appreciate that. It's these weird like world boxes that are having issues with their shadows. I think I can make it. But yeah, this is Caelid. It is as you can see, kind of brutal looking. There's this smog to everything. And there's this huge swamp.
Welcome, dear customer. Yes, right this way. Right this way.
We'll talk to that guy later. Okay. Now we have the meteorite staff. And there's one more thing to get here before moving on. Okay. Okay. Oh. Where's the entrance? Okay. And we need this. And we'll need the talisman, the axe talisman. Lordsworn's greatsword. And I have the I have the Sight of Grace and Caelid. So I can go back there. That might kill me. That's gonna kill my dude. Wow. Okay, while we're here, let's get on. Let's don our apparel. Oh yeah. What punch? Yeah. What punch? All right, we've got our pseudo One Punch Man outfit. He's got his cape now. Saitama. I have a couple like level 1 only characters. And I had made a mistake. The first time I tried to do this, I made a mistake. And grabbed an item which I should not have. And I ended up not playing on that character anymore because it's the wrong button. One thing I know about this game is that there are two things that determine how multiplayer works in the game. And one of them is your character's level. And the other one is your one peasant. One peasant. I mean, yeah, he's looking pretty peasant, but I don't know. The cape is basically perfect. So from the back, you know, from there we'll have to. One peasant.
To determine if you had the mettle to endure this long and arduous path. It seems my worries were unfounded. Torrent had your measure from the very start, whereas I merely pretended. There is but one other thing I can do to offer you guidance. I can take you to the Round Table Hall gathering place of tarnished champions, guided by grace.
I'm not gonna go there yet. So there's two things that determine what multiplayer in the game looks like, and that's your character's literal level, and also the most upgraded weapon that you have in your inventory. And it doesn't even have to be in your inventory. It's the highest level weapon that you've picked up. And I think each weapon level is the equivalent of like 5 character levels. So if my character is level 1, I have one more thing to get. If my character is level 1, but I have a sword that's +5, then I could be getting matched with people who are, you know, between level 1 to like level 30. So that's why I ended up giving up in the first place, because there's an NPC in the game that gives you a +8 weapon, which ended up just kind of ruining the multiplayer. But I've learned from my mistake. And I think this is actually the 4th character that I'm trying to do, like, just level 1. Maybe we'll talk about the golden seed. So, a golden seed found at the base of an illusory tree. So not a real tree, but an illusion of a tree. When the Elden Ring was shattered, these seeds flew from the Erd tree, scattering across the various lands, as if life itself knew that its end had come. Okay, the big tree tries to protect its sort of lineage, I guess, by spitting out all these golden seeds that are, you know, growing into hopefully other Erd trees, right? I guess that's the whole thing. Oh, dude. Serious club. Okay. And I guess I don't really have anything to make the lore point about how the, the Ur tree was once considered to be like eternal. I don't know what says that. I don't know. Okay, so now we're gonna fight Margit. And I could actually, yeah. You can see how much of this basically involves running around to get stuff, but once I have the things that I need, I can do like pretty large sections of the game without having to go get a bunch of stuff. I think after even grabbing this next item, like you really could just stop there. But that would be like super boring. And I don't want to do that. So Marika, this lady, this sort of you know, this like idol basically is building these churches to try and spread her tree-based religion focused around that tree. Okay, interesting. Okay. Let's go fight Margit. And how long have we been going here? About an hour and a half. I might keep going after this. We'll see. And there's this gold thing on the ground that says I can summon Sorcerer Rogier. Or Roger. Rogier. So I get my sword. I get my little spirit jellyfish. I'll put on Radigan's source seal. And a mechanic that will come into play a lot in this is strength. If you're one-handing a weapon, it's your stat versus its requirement, but if you two-hand the weapon, your strength stat is increased by 50%, which is more than 16, which will let me use the weapon. Alright. Maybe I'll use that exalted flesh that guy gave me. I need One Punch Man music.
In search of the Elden Ring. Emboldened by the flame of ambition. Someone must extinguish thy flame. Let it be Margit the Fell.
Okay. Okay. Weapon buff. Okay, here we go. Okay. Getting hit. Rajier's taking those hits for me. I'm literally... Oh no. I think I've gotten hit by everything so far. Okay. Right, okay. I guess I'm not light rolling. There we go.
Well, thou art of passing skill. Warrior blood must truly run in thy veins. Tarnished.
I think if I were more like hardcore about the whole thing, I would want to... I don't know. I think the character summons are always super cool. And they do also have like implications with kind of how the story is wanting to unfold. So you know, I like them. I think it's a good part of the game. I'm kind of just hoping he jumps or dies to poison. I'm not really interested in there we go. I'm not really interested in sitting there. All right.
Smoldering with thy meager flame. Cower in fear.
There are two things that I for sure want to get. Whoa! Crazy frame drop. Walking up the hill there. So there a couple things I definitely want to get
You're
before
aren't you? It's tightly
before I
guarded.
close out the first episode.
Drive the open guards, don't you breach the... Fair enough. You certainly don't have to trust me. Well, if you... But of course, I'd advise against it.
And he's missing an arm.
You, the guard, you'll slip.
There are some places.
The gates! Open the gates!
Okay. I learned that if you kill Godric, those okay. That did not happen. Dude, like shadow-wise and like particle-wise, I guess Castle Stormvale is super intensive. Like, what is that? I need somebody who knows a lot more about the game and why things like that happen to tell me why that's the case. And it kind of feels like I'm playing in slow motion here. I've been through here just fine before. Man, those artifacts. Yo! What is the reason for this? Weird. Okay, well. This might be over sooner than I thought. I'm playing in slow-mo right now. I think the That's just so weird because lossless scaling is a program that's doing frame generation. But then oh, okay. But then I'm experiencing like a huge frame drop. So it's generating frames while your actual frames are super low. So you just get this like slow-mo effect. It's kind of interesting. Alright. Now we have Hook Claws on our Saitama build. Level 1 Tama. He looks ridiculous. And last but most certainly not least for this sort of opening episode, I'm going to hopefully go get cold infusion, which that could end up taking a while, because I have to go through Raya Lucaria. Maybe I could save that for next time, but I also want to get like set up, you know? And I know there's one thing that you sort of miss out on by just speedrunning to Liurnia, because I think Hyetta shows up. So the little storyline between Irina and her father kind of like miss out on. Thops. I'll talk to him really quick.
Then, believe it or not, for a
Dude, we
small
kind of look the same.
commission, I'd be happy. Well, bless you. You're a true saint. My name is Toad. Presuming you're interested.
If only he knew.
Only none of them are particularly.
Okay. So weird. I'm just like trying to go really fast and get to kind of where I want to be for the next episode. I'll take the time of this episode and I'll put that on a clock for the next one. I think that's a good idea.
You're surprised you found. No matter. Why don't you take. Oh, but don't ask.
It takes strength. Maybe I'll do that. Does he have white? No, he has red gloves. I mean, it's better than the blue ones. I don't know. I think the blue ones might be better. What a weird costume to put on, dude. Okay. Our goal before we close out here will be to get Chain attacked by these guys. I just want the map. Okay. Okay. Maybe go get the Spirit Calling Bell. Or the Wraith Calling Bell. Because it can be useful against a couple bosses. Dude. But since I won't be upgrading any of the weapons, my biggest source of damage is going to be from like status effects or weaknesses. I probably won't spend too much time trying to do like flat out damage other than Red Wolf of Radagon, because he doesn't have that much HP. Who's this guy? His quest would be good to do because boiled crab could prove to be pretty useful. Is she in this one? I don't know. I can't remember exactly. Yeah. And then we have Rose Church, which we will come back to for Vare's quest line. Because I want to do that one. And get the bloody finger. And then start invading people. I think that would be super funny. But I don't want to accidentally step into the Oslo spawn area. Because I don't want to fight that guy yet. Just need you. And then I leave. But I'm right here. 4 belfries. I need to go here anyways. That's the thing about this dude. It's like you end up being in one place, Academy Glintstone Key, but then it's like I need to go to the 4 belfries anyways. I'm right here. I might as well just go. Fortunately, I don't need to go run over to EG just yet because I'm not upgrading anything. So there's no point. But War Master EG is definitely one of my favorite characters. Elden Ring is something that's like new to posting on my channel here. So, like for example, I wonder. Aw, alright. Have a good night, Ritze. Thanks for tuning in. Coming this far, I appreciate it. Yeah. Thank you very much. I hope you both have a good night. One of the challenge runners that I really like to watch, is it Gino Machino? Gino Machino? I think that's how it's spelled. That'd be so weird if it was Gino Machino. He'll play with like either debug tool or PvP helper or something like that so that he can give himself all the maps, because man, just running around and getting maps is like kind of boring. And here we are again with this sort of slow-mo gameplay. Where lossless scaling is trying to compensate for any lost frames by generating them, causing a little bit of a slow-mo. But that's okay, dude. I'm just trying to get to Raya Lucaria anyways. But that might mess with the timing of this whole operation. I definitely don't appreciate the the weirdness of like lossless scaling right now, because whatever's causing my frames to drop. I was playing earlier and it was working just fine. Dude, come on. Is there a better way to do this? I have no clue. It doesn't help when it's chopping around, dude. What the heck? It'd be quicker just to go the regular way at this point, rather than watching my horse fall around for like 20 minutes. There we go. Okay, back in business. I'm so confused as to what is causing frame drops. Is that a stream thing? I was doing some testing earlier, and that wasn't an issue. So I'll have to look into that between this episode and the next, so that hopefully it's more of a smooth experience. It shouldn't be an issue, but it's being an issue. So I apologize for that. But we stay focused. As long as I'm not getting crazy frame drops in a boss room, I actually don't really care. And we're kind of on the last like leg of this episode anyways, because you already know we have an item that inflicts blood loss, and we're gonna go run to get an item that lets you make something inflict frostbite. So I think the only thing back there is a somber smithing stone, so I'm like, there's no point. All of the iframes and the animations. It's crazy tech. And then isn't there the guy? How long is the dog? Oh, okay. I was like, there's the dog, right? But there's also these guys right in front of me. That is so sad. No matter. I wonder if you could just not aggro the dog the whole time anyways. Go around this way. This back. Because I'm wanting to go here. And then get you. And then get trapped between that guy and this gravestone. Thankfully that guy can be pushed out of the way. And then here is always this like race between me. No! Me getting to the platform or the dog getting to me. Alright. On to the part that I hate the most. I have little to no love for this boss fight because the dog is too fast. The downside of spamming spells is that, you know, you should be like stuck in one place while you do that. But the dog can be anywhere he wants. And I hate it. Okay. So for this one, we're gonna do like a charged heavy build. Is there anything else I'm really wanting? The poison will work. I've got the physic. A bit underprepared, but also not. MM420. That is such a funny name, dude. I can only hope to imagine what the last part of that means. But this isn't no cat in a box, man. This is a dog in a debate parlor. There is a glitch using the guy on the stairs that I know about. Dude, that's brutal. That is rough. I hate this dog so much, man. I hate this dog so much. I don't even have the time to get anything off. Oh, man. Okay. Oh. Over. Wow. Those blades can change direction? I didn't even know that. It's like the Dark Souls soul arrows, man. I had no idea those can just change direction on you. My goodness! No! No way! Go fight the other guy. Dude, my spirit summon. He threw. Not again. Okay, we're good. If we're just sitting here waiting for poison, that's fine by me, man. Yes. Oh, it's so Jover. Oh, it's over. I can play the rest of the game now. Wow. Wow. Thank God. I could have added I could have had an extra flask that whole time. I could have had upgraded flasks that whole time. Nobody look. Also, okay. Okay. So, if I die here, I can just get my stuff back. But maybe I'll go kill Godric. Because the pieces are at play here. Chill, dude. The pieces are set. I just need to go run through Stormvale? Dude, come on. I don't want to run through Stormvale. I always wondered if Red Wolf of Radigan, because the fire giants have like distinctly red hair, and Radigan has red hair. And I think it's safe to say that like Radigan has like fire giant in him. You know, he's got giant in him. So, okay, now we're gonna go to Round Table.
Very well, let my hand rest.
Because I have enough to buy heal from Corrin, and I think that's it. Maybe cure poison. But it kind of makes sense, right? Because the red wolf has red hair. Fire giants have that distinctive red hair. The red wolf has red fur. And they're, you know, comparatively, they're huge compared to regular wolves. So the red wolf of Radigan is just a fire giant wolf?
May the golden or
I don't know. Maybe. I think so. I think that makes sense. That's probably more than obvious. I think that's just a thing where that might just be me. I think I'm just now getting there. I think everyone's already been there. Okay. Now we have Cragblade, Cold Hook Claws. Maybe I should have bought... Okay, hold on. I should dump the rest of these runes. That's the thing about these sort of like a level 1 playthrough where you find yourself in excess of runes because okay, you're not using it to level up. So I think we'll go kill Godric and then maybe go activate the Great Rune, and then we'll take a break there. I guess I can get the leather shield. Bruh. Let's give that another go. No way. Oh shit. Oh my goodness. Alright, my chair fell a bit too far back, but we're back at it. literally just fell out of my chair. Okay, dude. The firebomb. Dude, I need to stop saying that stuff. That is so funny. Just my like least favorite place to run through. Gostock, you menace. Don't tornado me yet. Dude, I kinda want the heal. That's horrible. The Banished Knight sets look so good, dude. I was watching, I really like the Mimic commentary. There's a channel called Jack is a Mimic, and he does really good, like, Elden Ring lore. And he has a series, kind of a lore series, called the, the Mimic commentary. Nice, dude! Wow. That's a great vanity item, if I wasn't already Saitama. I'm still light loading with it, so maybe I'll put it on. That's the wrong one, dude. Anyways. There's a channel, Jack is a Mimic, and he does really good, like, lore commentary. And, he was making a point about the Banished Knights, and you can see from the relief on the top of the Banished Knight helmet that there's this sort of... Well, it's not sort of, it's literally a dragon. On the top of the helmet. And so he's making the point that the Banished Knights are like dragon worshippers, and that's clear from when you are in the Dragon Communion chapel in Caelid. They use dragon incantations there. At least there's a guy there that does. So it's kind of talking about like how old Stormveil might be with these like dragon worshipper guys who... And then there's the Stormhawks and the Storm King. I think it's just so interesting. And like there's like Dragon Communion, and there's a guy behind me. And there's, in the DLC, there's the guy who has the bear stuff. He killed the bear. Oh no, dude. So there's Bear Communion. There's Dragon Communion, and then these guys have the like wind stuff. So is there like Bird Communion? You know what I'm saying? What? Can you just like invoke these different like creatures? And then get their abilities? I don't know. Okay. I think it might be better just to go this way. We'll talk to Rajier another time. I was talking earlier about my biggest mistake. The first time I tried to play through the game at level 1 was... Dude. was talking to Rajier in Roundtable Hold. Because he gives you Rajier's rapier, which is always +8 when he gives it to you. Which is problematic because dude. Okay. Oh, dude. He ended himself. He unalived himself. I didn't realize the guy with the crossbow's there. Dude, these birds are the worst! I wouldn't care if I could talk to, what's her face? I'll take it. Nope. As long as the bird is not chasing, we're good.
You're a fine warrior. My mistake was your choice of master. Let the winds lit. Well, tarnished, are you? I am I'm here by how utter this grafting is tainted the very. If you I ask you call upon me, the winds run foul with him. I'm certain father would permit me aid the fight.
This is another character that I think is super cool. Nefeli is like... Okay, there's still a bird behind me, dude. I think her lore with the whole like castle and how she can like sort of quote unquote take her rightful place or whatever or whatnot is interesting. Her and Gustok working together is cool. You know what I'm saying? Like Banished Knights, hold on. One of the skills that channel the tempests of Stormvale, spin armament to surround Stormwind's follow-up attacks. It doesn't say Bird Communion. It says it's channeling the winds of Stormvale. But like, is it Bird Communion? We're not gonna do charge attacks this time because light attacks are better with the claws. But let's watch the cutscene. Because Godric is such a...
Mighty dragon, thou art a true born heir. Lend me thy strength, O kindred. Deliver me unto greater heights.
A lowly tarnished, playing as a lord.
Well.
Dude, what a grotesque character.
A lowly tarnished. Playing as a lord.
Okay, hold on.
I command thee.
Kneel. I absolutely...
I am the lord of all.
Sorry, Godric, go ahead, dude. I love that in the DLC when they're talking about the shamans and the jar shamans, how you get that sort of like understanding about why Godric can do what he does. It's so cool. Lost my lock on for a second there. What the heck? Huge. He just had to fight Red Wolf or Radigan. That's why he's yelling like that. That's so crazy to me, the difference between like a shard bearer, so somebody who has a piece of the Elden Ring, and then
Truest of
and then
dragons.
Big Dog.
Lend me thy strength.
So cool.
Forefathers, one and all, bear witness!
It's so cool. What I love is that alright, let's just take a sec. Godric calls the dragon. He says, "Thou art a true-born heir," which is also really interesting. Huge.
I am the Lord
Absolutely huge.
of all that is golden. And one day,
Revenge.
to our home, bathed in rays.
The revenge is so sweet. Yippee! He goes to the dragon, who's now missing a head, and he goes, "Thou art a true-born heir." But we learn from Bale in the DLC, and also just that the ancient dragons, and then there's Bale and Bale's brood, which is the like where all modern dragons in the story like come from. And so he goes to, you know, honestly, not really a true born heir of like in terms of ancient dragons. It's this like poorly muddled
until it was shattered. The tragic corruption across the
offshoot.
foul, but the greater will has not. So is Ray seek to become let the word.
Okay. So he's clearly entirely wrong about his interpret. It's so funny because he's the runt of the litter in terms of America's children, and he goes to basically like the runt of the litter dragon in terms of the ancient dragons, and it's like, "Oh, thou art a true-born heir." The guy is just completely like delusional. So interesting. I'm gonna hold on to the soul. I don't need to use it right now, but also this way. So Godric is dead, which means that I have a few like quest lines that get opened up. Vare's quest I can go do, so that I can unlock the multiplayer, because that's really fun. Super low level invasions are just so fun. I don't think this is lethal. And also, who else can I go talk to? Yura. I'll go talk to Yura. And he has the, That was such a bad idea! Why did I do that? Why can't my game figure out if it's bright or dark? What the heck? Yeah, Yura's questline is great too. But yeah, kind of all in all, that's sort of what I'm hoping this to be, where the the stream is live, and so we have the opportunity to interact, and that's more of like an unfiltered version of what's the case. Pretty sure if you just keep running, you can just get behind the thing. Like more of an unfiltered version of the whole thing. And then, for example, like with the Red Wolf attempts, I can just edit that out in the YouTube studio and then leave that video as it is for anyone that's wanting to come back to this, or, whoever ends up watching it afterwards. That way, you kind of get the both sides of things. You get the Radigan and you get the America side, you know what I'm saying? I definitely prefer the live format, but I also know the value in just having like a playlist that somebody can just throw on. I watch that stuff all the time. So we're gonna go restore this great rune, and then we're gonna call it there. And then I'm gonna go have some food. Dude, I literally fell out of my chair on this stream. Nice. All right. Absolutely huge. We're level 1. That's the whole point. Our weapons are not going to be upgraded. That's the whole point. And now we can use, we'll pop a rune arc, maybe start a next episode. But yeah. Yippee! It's pretty good. Red Wolf of Radigan took a little bit longer than I would have hoped. But it is what it is. It was a great success. So thanks for tuning in, guys. I really appreciate people sticking around to watch. And yeah, feel free to get engaged. I love talking about this game. I love the lore of this game. So let's talk about it. And yeah. All right, man. Saitama out. Have a good night. Catch you next time. Bye-bye.